Hey, welcome back to Atreyu News. Wisconsin representative has a plan to make Mexico pay for the wall. I still can't wait for the first shovel to go into the ground. It's not just a wall. People look at it as just a physical structure. It's not. It's a symbol that the West is back. That's what it really is. That's why they're so afraid of it. It's not so much the structure as it is the symbol and the message that it sends. That the days of taking advantage of the West are over. Wisconsin Representative Jim Sensenbrenner has a plan to fund the wall between the U.S. and Mexico. Makes the Mexican drug cartels pay for it. WashingtonExaminer.com reports Jim wants to build a wall on the southern border, and in a slight twist from President Trump's famous campaign pledge, he wants to make Mexican drug cartels pay for it. The Wisconsin Republicans' plan relies on funding from civil asset forfeitures, a process by which law enforcement can seize money they suspect is linked to drug trade, even before a case involving the person goes to trial. The tactic has grown controversial among some conservatives who argue it violates due process rights, but his plans have the political appeal of targeting a most unsympathetic category of criminals. If his legislation were to pass, it would establish a potentially significant revenue stream outside of appropriations process that could be stemmed by Democrats who want to block construction of the wall. This is a way to fulfill the president's desire to have Mexico pay for the wall. Sensenbrenner, a member of the Judiciary Committee, told the Washington Examiner, having the money seized from Mexican drug cartels would mean that bad Mexicans would end up paying for the wall, and the bad Mexicans have been terrorizing the good Mexicans with crime and kidnappings and murders within Mexico itself. And so true it is. For people always and quickly forget why the illegals became illegal in the first place. It wasn't because they were fleeing some great place, let me tell you. Breaking. Britain is about to be great again. I love this picture. Nigel Farage always has his mouth wide open as if he's laughing all the time. And why wouldn't he? Look what he's achieved. I'd be laughing my ass off too. UK Parliament gives government power to begin. Hashtag Brexit. Hard Brexit to be exact. Here we go.
Well, the UK has removed the final hurdle to begin their official exit from the European Union. Here's UK Prime Minister Theresa May this morning.
Last night, the bill on Article 50 successfully completed its passage through both houses unchanged. It will now proceed to royal assent in the coming days, so we remain on track with the timetable I set out 6 months ago. This will be a defining moment for our whole country as we begin to forge a new relationship with Europe and a new role for ourselves in the world.
Well, that's awesome. It's time for the West to reforge our destinies. We were built for greatness. We were great, so shall we be great once again. God be with us. Breaking. White House just released some really bad news. Our efforts have failed. For now. The White House has announced that Colombian coca production has surged. White House Colombia coca production surges to levels unseen in 2 decades of U.S. eradication efforts. And now we know why. That cushy time slot that the drug cartels were using to bring the drugs in, well, now it's coming to a close. They have to sell everything they can before they go out of business. That's how I see it. Before they go out of business or they're killed. Probably both. And who knows? By efforts of this sort, it might actually trickle into Mexico so the people creating the cocaine will finally get what's coming to them. Fascinating. The turn of events. It is funny though. It is really comparable to a Star Wars scenario when the Empire has all the technology, all the power and all the galaxy, all the money, all the wealth, whatever, and yet the rebellion still beats them. Yes, the Republic in Star Wars is the rebellion. And they win because 2 reasons. They have the Force, aka God, on their side, and they have the moral high ground, With those two things, George Washington would even show us that you can defeat even the strongest military the world has ever seen with those two elements. For God says, "No weapon forged against us shall prosper." And so it is.